Sorry about that. Had to pull the mic down where I was. You know, um, I talked about this before in my recommendations that I did for Deviantart writers and artists and stuff. And I stick by what I said in that audio video. Oh, sorry, I had to move the mic there. But I stick by what I said there. And the reason I stick by what I said is because it's true. It's truth, is what it is. It's the truth. Grape Athena, whatever, however she pronounces her name on DeviantArt, and I apologize if I said it wrong, but Grape, 93 Mickey, Clarence 88, not Clarence, but Clarence, or something like that, or Clancy 88, Mr. Internet Man, a few others like Sketchy Steph, or Stretchy Steph, or Steve, whatever the name is. D. Effiker, I believe. D. Effiker. Sir the Writer, and just among many others that I've talked about. These are writers of these unique stories of transformations, meltings, fusions, shape-shiftings. And, like I said, I stick by what I said there in that last video, in that recommendation video. So I guess you could say this is a bit of an update because there's more to them. Just writing a story that you can commission or, even request from them. Now, real quickly, as far as commissions and requests go, it all depends basically on how payment is made as far as commissions go. Some people, like 93 Mickey, will go by points. They'll go by point system, or mostly the Deviantart point system. Grape will go by currency. But what's unique about Grape is she'll go by currency with words. So in other words, 4,000 words is $40. Yeah. 4,000 words, if not a little bit more, is around the $40 range. She basically goes by 10s, 20s, 30s, you name it. And usually what you get is a decent amount of story and a decent amount of pages to go with that story. I know when I commissioned her, she got me about the first time I commissioned her, which was the side story for What Dreams May Become. She ended up giving me a story that was 21 pages worth, almost a comic book length of pages. Yeah, comic book length. This other one I haven't figured out yet. I'm pretty sure it's around the same page length, possibly. But the second one I commissioned her for was called The Melting Point of No Return. And this is what really intrigued me and really made me realize that not only will writers like her and Clancy 88 and all those that I've mentioned, 93 Mickey, what I've come to realize on this second commission is that not only will they give you a story of exactly what you want to see and exactly of what you've described that you would like to see in the story, but they'll give you more than you bargained for. Let me explain. You see, in a sense, instead of just having a story, it's like, okay, here's this girl. She's going to go to this potion store, buy these potions. She's got money now. And she's a rich girl. Oh, she's this, or she's that. And she's going to go on a vacation now. She's going to rent out a honeymoon suite at a lavish hotel for no reason, just because, not no reason, but she's going to rent out a lavish hotel, a honeymoon suite at a lavish hotel, just because she wants to spend the weekend with all that room and space, enjoying her melting potion, if you will, or whatever. She doesn't just give you a story like that. No. She gives you more. She gives you a story that makes you want to read it. I mean, I'm sure anybody that reads that story, reads the title to the story, are like, sounds interesting. Let me see. I wonder if it, let me see what it's about. And, some might even look at it and say, oh, it's just going to be about somebody melting and all that, slime girls, whatever. But when they read the story, there's actual background and story behind the reason she does it. There is. There is. I mean, not to give much away, you have to read the story for yourself. But basically, she gives the Lexi character, which was a character name, which was the name I came up for the main character. She gave the Lexi character a background as to why she wanted to, do what she did. Go on the vacation, do what she did on the vacation. He gave her a reason. Gave her background, and even included a character I didn't even expect. It gave her a BFF, in a sense, and a friend named Caroline, who kind of explained, hey, this is why, this little story that nobody thinks is real, nobody even gives an acknowledge about, this is why only those that truly deserve and truly believe in this stuff can see it. And in case you're probably wondering, it's basically a store full of potions. Potions that range from any kind of transformations or anything you can think of. And to me, it's just tremendous. Just a tremendous background as to how she got to what she wanted to do. And then, on top of that, Grape gives, like I said, she gives her a reason as to why. Basically, there's a little drama, romantic drama in there, if you will, and I like that. I did like that. I really did. And when I read the story, I kind of thought to myself, even now I'm thinking about it, but I thought to myself a little bit, you know what? This is almost like a scenario you would see in a movie, like in a little montage of a movie, either theatrical or made for television, or even in even in a novel or a comic book, or a graphic novel, whatever. Basically what happens is the Lexi character, after she's gone through, realizes she now has the opportunity to live out her dream, and she also looks at the fact that, hey, I've got a whole honeymoon suite to myself. How many people can say that? But again, I don't want to give much away. You have to read the story yourself on that, but it turns out fun, and she ends up having fun during her little vacation, if you get my drift. Again, you gotta have to read the story to see for yourself. But the point is, getting back to what I was saying, people like Grape, Clancy88, 93 Mickey, everybody that I've mentioned, if they're up to it, if they're up to it, they will give you, not only will they write the story you want, but they will give you more to that story than you expect. They will. They will. I mean, you take a look at Clancy's 88's Trust Machine story, where he had the female doctor get turned into bacteria, right? He could have just, if he wanted to, he could have just made a little fun little story of a woman that says, hey, I want to turn into bacteria just for the fun of it. Be all oozy and stuff and whatever. He could have just done that. But no, he put a story to it. He put a story to it. And I have to correct myself on one thing. When I reviewed the Trust Machine series, Clancy88 did correct me on something. It isn't as much, as far as the payment goes when it comes to the vending machines, it isn't as much, it's all basically the same price. The only thing is the duration is what is, goes up as high as you want or something like that. It's all basically the same price. So getting back to this though, with the trust machines, you get those kind of stories too. It's like I said, you could easily do a trust machine where it's like a woman goes in there and just, let's say, probably does a self thing and says, okay, I'm going to turn into a slime girl, a woman made of chocolate that can melt down and become a puddle and all that, and just for the fun of it, and that's the story. No. These people give you actual story, an actual reason behind it. 93 Mickey even does the same thing. 93 Mickey has had a series of stories that he's been commissioned, requested, and has done on his own that always seems to have a reasoning behind what goes on in those stories. Even with the ones that I've requested and commissioned from him, there's always a reasoning behind the story. There's always a reasoning for the character being in the situation, the character or characters being in the situation that they are. So to me, if you guys are on Deviantart or anywhere, I highly recommend, again, just like I did before, I highly recommend commissioning these people for stories, because they will give you more than just what you're asking for. True, they're gonna, some of them will ask you, hey, how does this occur? How do we get to this point? Or where's the location and who's the people's names? And yeah, you got to give it to them. You got to give them that, and that's fine. But what they give you in the end is more than you expect. I mean, when I requested, or not requested, but when I commissioned, Grape for the story about Lexi, that the melting point of no return, honestly, I did not expect to get what I did. And I'm happy about it. And you know what? I'm happy about it. I really enjoy it. I really do. And maybe down the line in the future, I might request a sequel to it, but we'll wait and see. Have to wait and see. But the point is, like I'm saying, they give you more than what you bargained for. Well, not bargained for, they give you more than what you paid for, and it's not a problem. And that's what's so cool about this. I mean, think about it this way. You can go to someone like Clancy88 or Grape, and you could say, okay, I want a story about, and you can commission them and say, okay, I want a story about a woman that has created a formula that allows her to become a bubble bath lady. Completely made of bubbles, and she melts down into the bubbles, becomes a bubble bath for maybe her friends or somebody, whatever, blah blah blah, and that's it. You could say, oh, I want that, and then pay them for what you want, depending on how the payment system goes with either one or any of them. And these people will give you more than just what you asked for. They'll give you a reason. They'll give you an actual legit story. I mean, when I look at that one, when I look at the melting point of no return, and I look at the side stories of what dreams may become, subtitled, She Can Be Whatever She Wants, I look at that and I see more than just what I asked. I see an actual story. Like I said, I see something like a comic book that, somebody could pick up, or a graphic novel somebody could pick up at a store or online and read and enjoy. So to me, these are people that I highly recommend, once again, to go and commission. Go and commission them for stories, because I guarantee you, despite what you may, be a fan of, for some, if not most of them, nothing's off limits. Well, there are some stuff off limits, but majority of the time, nothing is really off limits with a few exceptions. But the point is, it is going to be worth it in the end. I mean, I have a commission that I'm currently I have a commission, a third commission for Grape that I'm going to be paying her for next week, because it's stuff that I've been wanting to see happen in stories for a long time, and I am now happy at the fact that that is occurring. So, again, I recommend, once again, just like I did in the previous audio video, I recommend checking these people out, commissioning them for stories, because you know what? You may end up getting more than just what you're asking for. Believe me. Let me know what you guys think down below.